Okay, I want to talk a little bit about how to use a meditation bench. This is one of mine. These are the ones that I make. It has a special leg so that one side is lower than the other. So when you're sitting, if you're facing this way, like this is the low position. And when you're facing that way, and you have it like this is the high position. And you can adjust the angle, obviously. When you're using a meditation bench, it takes the load off of your lower legs. If you can sit like this in meditation and be comfortable, this is vajrasana. This is a great way to meditate. Put the right big toe on top of the left, relax the feet, relax the lower body, and really feel kind of grounded and solid. This is a great pose, okay? But most people can't do this for long. I can't do this for more than just a very short meditation. I can even feel my feet kind of saying that they're going to go to sleep right now. And so if you use a meditation bench, if you find the right bench that has the right angle for you, the right height for you, it's awesome. I meditate on a meditation bench very often. And so in this position, there's a little bit of weight on my knees, but not much. It's really like, see, the weight is really being supported by the bench itself. And so the only thing that's happening with my ankles is that they need to be able to pronate. You know, you need to have the flexibility to let your ankle flatten like that. And we'll talk more about that in a second. But when you're sitting in a meditation bench, one of the things that you have to look for is a way to support your arms. Because in this position, if I really just relax, my hands go like this. And so what happens is this is not a good way to meditate. It's straining the muscles up here underneath your neck and between your shoulder blades. And so you could have, like in these pants, I can put my hands in these pants. Actually, these work really well. And they'll hold my hands where I want them with the palms facing upward. You could put your hands inside of your shirt. You could put your hands inside of a sweatshirt. You could have a blanket wrapped around you and make a pocket in the top. You know, kind of like fasten the blanket back here or sit on it a little bit so that you have a pouch to rest your hands in. The secret to not straining your neck and your upper back is having the arm weight supported in any sitting position, okay? But back to the ankles. If you don't have the flexibility to allow your ankles to flatten out like this, and a lot of people don't, you could use a blanket or two. I just have one of these, but you could use two, just like this. And so now my feet are hanging off. Not these feet. My feet are hanging off, and my legs are on the blanket. And my dog, this is Ely, and he's showing off. Okay. And so with my feet hanging off like this, my ankles don't need to be as flexible. And you can just put the bench right on top of the blanket, like that. And so your feet would be more comfortable if they don't want to be flattened out all the way. And you have more padding under your legs. It's just great. And let's talk a little bit about adjusting the height on the bench itself, whatever bench you're using. On this particular one, if I want it to be lower, I can just turn it around. And it's lower. It's at least half an inch lower, and I can feel the difference. Why would you want it to be lower? If the bench is too high, it puts too much weight on your knees. Okay? If it's too low, then it gets into where it's like, feels like it's smashing your ankles. And it's just a matter of finding the right thing for you. But the other thing you can do besides adjusting the way you turn the bench, if you have one of these, is you can adjust the way you use the blanket. So right now the bench is on the blanket and my legs feel padded. I like when I'm meditating on a bench, I don't like to be right on a hard floor. But if I want to bring my seating a little bit lower, I can just go like this and get the blanket, so the blanket's around my feet and it's not underneath the bench, and now the bench is on the floor. Now I've gone down probably another half an inch or so, And this is really comfortable this way for me. Same thing with the hands, have the weight supported in your pockets and just have that long spine. Okay? So experiment, use blankets, use props, and figure out what works for you. And if you want to bench, look me up.